Two music venues in Boulder and one in Fort Collins will ask all visitors to show proof of vaccination or a negative COVID test to see a show. Starting August 7th, the Boulder Theater, the Fox Theater, and the Aggie Theater in Fort Collins will require attendees to have that proof. The negative test result has to be within 72 hours prior. The company that owns all three theaters says staff members are vaccinated at all the venues and will continue wearing masks while working. While the music venues, theaters and bars and restaurants all struggled mightily under the quarantine rules and capacity limits, our Jacqueline Quinn found out many people in the industry will do anything they can to prevent more restrictions. Huh, Jacqueline?
Jim, we haven't talked about the COVID dial in a while, but it's still a framework out there. And if you look for Denver with the positivity rate right now, it would recommend that businesses open at 75% capacity. So some that I talked with, well, they would rather do whatever they can to avoid any restrictions.
People have been slowly going out again. This was roller skate night recently at RealWorks in Denver.
We've seen a big uptick in business, and we're very appreciative of that.
Andrew Feinstein runs RealWorks as well as tracks venues.
Well, I think the industry, after everything we've been through, we would be completely opposed to any restrictions whatsoever. We'd be opposed to wearing masks again. We'd be opposed to any sort of capacity restrictions again.
While there are no new restrictions, some businesses are asking patrons to show proof of vaccination. RealWorks used to do that.
Yeah, we were able to work with both state as well as local health officials to get a variance prior to most venues opening.
And it continues to climb at a rapid pace.
But now Denver public health officials are warning people about the rise in COVID.
The COVID dial is no longer mandating restrictions, but it's still a framework for counties to follow. So let's take a look at the data in Denver. The latest data says in Denver, the positivity rate is 4.6.
So should more businesses verify vaccination? Feinstein is working with leaders to find out.
We are in the gathering of people business, and that's the business that we want to continue to operate to the fullest capacity possible and in the safest way possible. And if our government officials are telling us that the safest way to do that is with a vaccine proof at the door, then that's something that we will work with and we will require it.
And he tells me he is optimistic. He does think that more people will get their vaccine. In Denver, I'm Jacqueline Quinn covering Colorado First.